Welcome to Rite of Passage. I'm thrilled to have you here. This isn't a typical online course. I'm not just going to give you a little checklist or a couple things to do. I'm going to give you a whole new perspective, a whole new way of thinking about how to build leverage so you can use the internet to build a much better life. Maybe you're in the middle of your career, you've built up solid expertise, but you feel stuck even though you've built up years of knowledge. And now you feel like you're not able to share your ideas with the world. Or maybe you're wanting to build an online business. You're ready to take the leap. Maybe you even have a specific business idea, but you need an audience to share it with the world. Maybe you're intellectually isolated. You're curious, you're interested in ideas, and you're looking for people to talk about ideas with. I mean, that's how I felt when I first started writing online. And to begin, writing online is the best way to accelerate your career. You already know how to read and how to write. And writing is totally free, no matter where you live and what you do, because all you need is a computer and an internet connection, and then you can write online for free. Rite of Passage, though, is an entirely new way to think about writing. Rather than writing alone, Rite of Passage is a modern and social approach to writing, where you meet people, accelerate your learning, share your ideas, accelerate your career, and connect with people in countries all around the world. So I want to talk about my story. I went to college in a small town called Elon, North Carolina, where I felt disconnected from the broader world. And because I felt so intellectually isolated, I turned to the internet and connected with people and thought leaders from around the world. At the end of my senior year, I got a job in New York City working for an advertising agency, and I was really excited. But 7 months later, I was laid off. And at that point, I knew that I needed to take control of my career. And in order to get that, I started writing, I made a podcast, I did some consulting, and through this process, I realized that when I shared my ideas online and in public, I could have global reach. People I met had already read my writing. And now, years later, writing is the foundation of everything I do. And writing on the internet is the single most impactful career decision I've ever made. And it's not just people like myself and like you who are being transformed by the internet. It's entire industries too. In the 20th century, industries were siloed. They were all disconnected from each other, and people were trapped in narrow paths without the freedom to explore what they were curious about. I mean, just look at academia. Because as universities have become more professionalized, especially at the graduate level, they've also become less attractive to people who want to explore a buffet of ideas. Our smartest researchers are stuck in these nooks of hyper-specialization, where they rarely get to step outside of their field. This old system was defined by scarce opportunities, these narrow paths, this vicious competition, and that system has been made obsolete by the internet. The internet has opened up all kinds of new fields for study and new career tracks too. We live in the age of leverage now. And there are two kinds of people. One group is benefiting from how the internet is transforming society, and the other isn't. The people who benefit from the internet are building leverage, while other people are just running faster and faster, working harder and harder to try to keep up with the way the world is changing. I really like what the author Seth Godin said about this. He says, "This is our revolution. We live in this moment of time when anyone with $100 can connect to 1.5 billion people anytime they want to. We live in this place where we each have more leverage and a bigger platform than any human before us." So how can you take advantage of these changes? Well, it starts by creating leverage for yourself. Start by writing online and building an audience. And online writing is powerful because you can create something once and your knowledge can spread 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to any corner of the globe. This is the opposite of traditional office work where you used to have to be in your office, in your desk chair, for your knowledge to be accessed. And instead of going into the office, online writers can change the world from their couch. Now you can post your ideas online and people can read it while you're sleeping. Whenever you share an idea on the internet, It's like these little robots carry your ideas all around the world, zipping across the globe 7 times per second until they find your future friends. And those robots basically work for free. And over 5-10 years of writing consistently, you'll build an asset that very few people have, which is a collection of published articles about all the things that you're curious about. But why writing in particular? Well, compared to other mediums like video or podcasting, writing has specific benefits that make it the best medium to focus on. Because writing forces you to explore ideas from all kinds of different perspectives. And it makes you smarter because it forces you to be precise. I like to think of writing as the art of uncovering what you didn't even know existed in your brain. It's not just a process of writing down your thoughts. It's a process of discovering what you believe in the first place. Because deep thinking, it can only be done in writing because you have to get ideas out of your head and onto paper in order for you to pause and begin to see an idea from every side. And writing helps you distinguish between ideas that actually sound good and the ones that are actually good. Because writing things down is a portal to the highest levels of thinking, which is why mathematicians have the whiteboard and writers have the page. But writing your ideas on paper in a room by yourself isn't enough. Writing in public is where the benefits of writing compound. Because writing online is a guaranteed way to shrink the world. A well-written article can change your life because the internet rewards people who think well. And each article, each essay is an advertisement for the kinds of people and opportunities you want to attract. And until now, the internet has connected us with people in our past, but writing online connects you with people in your future. With the stroke of a pen, you can build your network, improve your thinking, and create opportunities for yourself. And if that sounds daunting, I get it. But I have good news for you. You're already doing most of the work. You're already sharing ideas online all the time, Twitter, Instagram, emails to colleagues, whatever. And Rite of Passage is about taking the ideas that you're already producing, the things you're already thinking about, and implementing a repeatable system to refine and distribute your ideas. In Rite of Passage, you'll build a system for writing where the benefits compound over time. You'll build an audience of like-minded people. By the end of the course, you'll have a library of your best ideas, free for anybody in the world to see, which will turn into your serendipity vehicle. You'll develop a system for writing consistently, and you'll learn how writing online can help you meet people on your intellectual wavelength, where you can skip the small talk and jump straight into deep conversation with the people who matter to you most. But David, why is right now the best time to start writing online? Well, for starters, we're always on the internet now. And relationships, they now start in the digital world and then transition into the physical one. We're not even close to the peak of this internet wave. And yeah, everyone's online, but the number of people sharing their ideas in public, it's still pretty small. And that means you're not too late because the internet is still in its early stages. And look, you're already familiar with the negative sides of the internet. It can be distracting, it can be hard to focus, and yeah, it can make the world feel crazy. But Rite of Passage is all about the positive sides of the internet. It's about using the internet instead of letting it use you. So welcome to Rite of Passage. Thank you for being here. I can't wait to see what you create.